Okay, settling into your meditation posture. Finding that balance between being relaxed and alert. And then allowing the body to come to a place of stillness. Allowing the stillness of the body to be reflected in the mind. And take a minute here to check in with what is really present in your experience right now. So you can just notice the different sensations you're experiencing. This can be a great way to just orient yourself at the beginning of a practice, noticing any sounds that you can hear, noticing the sensations in the body. Noticing as well what you are seeing, even behind closed eyelids. And just getting a snapshot of the sensory environment. And then noticing the internal space. Any particular thoughts, memories, or planning around upcoming things. The overall feeling that you have, any emotions that are present. Just noticing what that's like right now. And as you do this checking in process, just noticing how observing these sensations and feelings and thoughts in the present moment, how this is something you can rely on. Something you can return to, something you can trust. You can trust this experience in the present. Now, I'd like you to notice if there's anything in your experience that feels somewhere between neutral and pleasant. And for me, I can feel the backs of my hands feel kind of cool where the air touches them. It's a coolness. Feels very delicate. Can also notice the feeling of being supported by the chair and cushion. Feels nice and solid. Can really let my weight soak into that. And that feels subtly pleasant. I'd just like you to notice if there's anything in your experience that feels pleasant or even just neutral. And whatever you find there, feel free to hang out with that. Anything that's pleasant, can enjoy it, savor it, and note that it's possible to enjoy experiences without placing demands on them, without needing them to stay or needing them to change and become even more pleasant. They can just be exactly as they are. Good. And now, now let's open this up a little more. So we've looked for sensations that are neutral to pleasant. Let's also expand our awareness and notice anything that feels unpleasant and challenging, anything that feels tight or tense. This might be something felt in the body. It might also be a pattern of thought. Could be something that feels like it's scattered or jumpy. Might feel like papuncha, proliferation, spinning out. Or it might feel like some kind of resistance in experience. And here, try to notice the sensations that make up that experience. So if it's a body sensation, observing that closely with affectionate curiosity. Does it feel like it's solid? Is there pressure? Is there a texture or a shape? And if it's more of a thought, something occurring in mental space, it can help to also feel this in the body. But you might notice a certain quality of thinking, a voice, a tone that is certain speed or volume or texture. Images that come quickly have a certain quality to them. So noticing anything that feels somewhat tight or unpleasant in the body or in the mental space. For me for me right now, I can feel the sickness in my throat and feel a little bit of tension in the back of my head. It doesn't feel too pleasant. I can just observe these sensations, watch them changing, shifting, at least some of the time. Now, the next move here is the one that really can help with creating space for these different experiences. I'd like you to see if it's possible to observe both the pleasant and unpleasant at the same time. You can do this by expanding your awareness to hold both in the larger space. You might find your attention alternates between the two or between multiple areas. You might find that it's more of a background, foreground kind of practice. So I'm finding now that I can feel the tension in the back of my head, slightly unpleasant, while also having a background sense of pleasant coolness on the backs of my hands. opening up the awareness, creating a bit more space around those experiences. A useful trick here is to actually imagine your awareness expanding to be a space larger than the body, maybe like a balloon or a sphere, or it might be the shape of the body, but just a little bit larger. You might have to keep opening up the awareness. Just through intention, deciding to hold that whole space in awareness. And here you might notice that if you can hold a larger space or allow attention to smoothly move between different spaces in the body, you might find that the pleasantness spreads or that the unpleasantness becomes more diffuse. And you can even imagine that the body is filled with light, or that there's flow of light or liquid between the different areas of the body, allowing the pleasant and unpleasant to mix, to shift. And the last exploration we'll add here in this brief observation of consciousness is to notice if there is any background feeling such as doubt, uncertainty, perhaps there's agitation or restlessness. Maybe it's even felt as aversion, wanting things to be different. If there is any quality like that in the background, the invitation here is to just allow that to also be in this space, to be held in this awareness. To be allowed to express whatever it needs to express. And just trusting in this knowing, trusting in the awareness, trusting in the moment to moment, knowing of each experience, and resting here.